Greetings and welcome to another segment of Wild Treasures of an Outdoorsman. My name is Peter Updike, and I want to say thank you to all of those that reached out to me on Facebook and Instagram upon my mother's passing. My mother lived with me for a year and a half before we put her in a facility, and she was doing really well and then just started going downhill. And for 10 days, it's been a long, hard-fought battle, but she was 90 years old. And I'm very sad to have lost my mama. And if you haven't seen me in a few weeks, that's why. I've been kind of getting over this and moving forward and trying to put together the thoughts that go with losing a loved one. And there's no one that can replace your mama. And now she's gone to be with my daddy. And it's very hard, and I appreciate all of you that reached out to me and sent me condolences. So, quota permits are due for spring gobbler season. This is the only time I'm going to mention it because some people get on to me about drawing attention to a hunt that maybe they would want to have. And somebody asked me on the Instagram what management area would be best for them, and of course my answer is always the same. The management area that's closest to you, all of them are about the same, unless you have points. If you don't have points, well, the first 1 point draw, all of them are about the same. I would hunt as close to home as possible so I could go as often as possible. I usually like to hunt a 9-day quota permit with hunting after, like Richloam or Green Swamp, right? Whatever's close to your location, that's what I apply for. I'm going to be applying, and I apply for the big areas where I can get lost in the moment and find me a bird and maybe not run into any other hunters. Of course, I like to hunt on the weekday, so if I apply for Richloam, I can hunt Monday through Friday with a quota permit, and it's a 9-day quota permit, and leave the weekend to the rest of the crowd and let them hunt that. So, and I've got some other choices that I'm going to put there with it. A couple for Ocala if I don't get drawn for it, and apply for Green Swamp as well. Again, I don't think there's a magic management area that you can ask me of and I can tell you and you go kill a bird. It's just not going to happen that way. It never does. If I knew that, well, why would I tell you? I'd just go on my own, right? So, quota permits, you got to go to the worksheet, write down the hunt codes, those are the little numbers there, and then go and apply and punch in your numbers and wait and see, because in 30 days, that's it. And, of course, there's a second phase and a third phase, and I usually get drawn for what I want, and then I go from there. I can hunt Green Swamp or Richloam the whole season in it. And I'm perfectly content. I don't have to run here and run there and chase after this and chase after that to be happy. I'm very content with close to home. All right, so today's video is just a little inspirational message for new hunters who are struggling when you go elk hunting with a bow and arrow. There is a process that you follow if you want to be successful. Now, you can be successful many different ways, but usually there is a process, same as turkey hunting, that for most people, this is what works. This is what causes people to be successful if they follow this process. And for those of you that struggle with killing your first deer, or for those of you that have never hunted public land and wondering if you're doing something wrong because you're not seeing any deer, or maybe you're running into other hunters, or maybe there are other issues that you're facing and you're getting a little discouraged. I get discouraged too. But one thing that I find that I do is I trust the process. What's that mean? It means I would venture to say that 90% or more deer are killed from tree stands than any other process. So that ought to tell you something right there. Aimlessly wandering, I've done it. I've killed deer aimlessly wandering. And of course, when you elk hunt, you do a lot of walking. And when you turkey hunt, you do a lot of walking. But trust me, if you're hunting public land in the South or in the Midwest for white-tailed deer, and you're on your feet wandering around, your odds drop considerably. Why? Because they're just those whitetails are just switched on, and you're not helping yourself. So the process would be to find evidence of deer in the area that you're hunting. Tracks, rubs, and scrapes. If you find that, well, you're on the right track. Find a good tree and remember to watch the wind and hunt all hours of the day as often as you can. Remember to do more hunting than you do driving. If you're driving 3 hours there and 3 hours back, that doesn't leave much time for hunting. An hour. So I can spend more time in the stand because I feel like that's the key. More time in the stand. And forget about how many deer that you're not seeing and concentrate more on that one that'll come by. That'll be a good legal buck for you to shoot. It only takes one good legal buck, and there's no rule that says, well, you have to see 6 does before you see one buck. It doesn't work that way. It just comes when it comes. And if you're not in your stand, and if you're not paying attention, and if you're out wandering around, well, then your odds go down. You do what you want. If you want to do a spot and stalk, by all means, you can do a spot and stalk. But my advice is to find your tree, find your spot, find several spots, and concentrate on those. Find several trees and get you a climbing stand or put up a ladder stand. I use a climbing stand. And get in that stand and sit. Because of my mother's death, I got 4 hunts in during the archery season. I did not feel like hunting. I did not feel like going. I didn't feel like making a video. I haven't been able to think about anything else. It's just heartbreaking. There are just some things. You know, you ever heard the old saying that if you want to make God laugh, just tell him your plans? I often told God my plans, and he had other plans, and that plan for me was to take care of my mother. So it was a great blessing, but I did miss out on some hunting, but that's okay. I don't care. And to the guy that said on the YouTube comment thing, my subscribers are waiting for me to kill a deer. Well, they can just keep waiting. I don't care. I'm not here to kill a deer. I'm here to help you. I will never ever post a hunting video where I kill a deer and say, look at me, aren't I a great hunter? I'm simply here to share information, to help newbies get started, and to build a little community, and to promote my book, Wild Treasures of an Outdoorsman. You know by now that that's what I really want to do. I want you to buy a copy of my book. But if you don't, that's okay too. I'm going to make the videos anyway. So I really enjoy doing the YouTube videos. So with that said, don't forget, quota permits, get your hunt code. And I'm going to Gothi next week. It'll be the first hunt in about 2 weeks for me. I'll be maybe, I haven't been hunting, and it'll be 3 weeks since I've been with all that's been going on. And I'm just now starting to feel like I'm getting back into things. So I'm going to Gothi for a modern gun hunt. I guess I'm going Tuesday. I'm going to lay out on Wednesday and go back on Thursday. I think I've got a 3-day quota permit right in the middle of the week. I planned it that way because I like to hunt during the week. So many people there. When you get your quota permit, when you apply, check the dates and make sure what day of the week they land on. Sometimes people don't pay attention. Next thing you know, they got a quota permit for weekdays and they have to work or they can't get off or whatever. They wanted to hunt on Saturday and they didn't check the date. So when you get the hunt code, the date will be on there. You go to the worksheet and just scroll down the worksheet and you'll come to all those management areas. Pick one that's close to your home. Don't go driving all over the country. The more you hunt, the better your chances of getting on a bird. Okay? That's my advice. And I hope it works for you. We'll talk to you soon. I'll let you know how my Gothi Wildlife Management Area modern gun hunt unfolds. Love you guys. See ya. Bye.